This is a video about how to do brake pads. Now, all you need on a V-brake is an Allen key. Okay? Forget adjusting your cable. Right, what you need is, this one's already loose. Now, I've just watched a video on YouTube and it's wrong. Basically, he described putting brake pads in and got these washers the wrong way around. Now I'll show you. The idea is you need a washer with a concave edge on it. Concave. Remember, cave because it goes in like a cave. Concave. So that's on the pad. The next thing you need is your rounded edge washer. There's two of these on a brake pad. Right? Any of them will do. Both the same. That goes on next. As you can see, it gives different angle depending on where you put it and do the nut on. Now, you put this on the brake pad, on the brake arm itself, quite simply slot it through the hole. Okay, then the first thing you put on is this dome thing, flat up against either side of the arm, the bit that's holding the caliper on. Then two more bits. You got a long one and a short one of these, depending on where these mounts are on your bike is where you need to put these on. The pad arm, the brake arm should be straight, level with the braking surface when the pad contacts the rim. Go away, cat. Come on, cat, move. Come on, you can do it. Good lad. Right, so the arm, these washers, there's two, they're reversible. One goes either on the outside or on the inside, depending on how far out you need the pad on the arm itself, because some frames have got these a little bit further apart or nearer. Anyway, so you've got your dome one on there first, and you put this on onto the dome. Then you've got a little washer. Then you've got a nut that screws on to the back of there. Now, there's a couple of things with doing brake pads. Just do a little finger tight first so it's not slopping around. Then, with my one hands, my camera and my torch, I'll try and show you. Basically, right, when you get your brake semi-lined up, what you need to do then is find somewhere for your torch to go, which is there. Right, now, if you look where my pads have been going, forget this dirty mark, just rub that off, rub that off. Right, where you want your pads to be is pretty much just above this edge. Doesn't matter if there's more of a gap up here. Okay, as long as you wear this edge away. Some people like to put them in the middle. Better to go at the bottom there. That's the original and the best way. Bearing in mind, brakes used to press onto there to stop the bike a long time ago, so trust me, it's there. That's where your wall is inside the rim. That's where the strength is in the rim. That's where you want your pad. So what you need to do is basically hold the camera with your mouth, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to pause the camera and then I'm going to line up the pad, then I'm going to show you how I lined it up afterward. Okay, so what I've done now is I've fitted the pad on. If you look just above, you should be able to see that is the pad in the non-braking position. It's a bit hard for me to get the camera to work in this light. If you was to look at this angle when the brakes are applied, the bolts for the pads will draw a straight line through the rim and out through the other pad. Straight line, regardless of whether the pad surface is flat to the rim yet or not. As soon as you brake 2 or 3 times, the pad will adjust to the rim. You need to make sure them bolts are straight through. If you look, can you see the bolts are exactly straight? Straight. Nice bit of clearance there. And what you do is you use these little screws to move this spring tighter and looser. That's how you used to tell when you were a kid. This spring here is on that stop and that pulls your arm back out. This spring here and that is what goes in the little hole on your frame and it pulls the arm out. Now, when we were kids we used to pull them really far back and then hook them back on so your brakes worked, but that was because we were using cheap crappy brakes. But anyway, pads, that's how you line up your pads. That's the correct orientation of your pads. Remember, the arrow goes the way the wheel turns when you go in. What more can I say? The guy on the video did it wrong. Main concern is them washers on here. The little short rounded ones go up against this clamping area on the brake arm itself. All the rest is personal preference, but that has to go there. If you haven't got it there, your brakes will kill you if they do not work. 100% safety. My wooden bike. Wooden. Oh, my wooden bike, yeah.